So it's today that we start our journey to the Andalusian mountains in Spain to pick up our yurt. It's a 975-mile round trip, and we should get there around about 6-7 o'clock in the evening. So let's do it. We're halfway to our destination to go and pick up this yurt. I think we're about 80 kilometres outside Seville in Spain. Sara was on the way, driving the van, getting used to it, getting used to driving abroad, and yeah, so it's been fantastic. But they always say, don't leave anywhere without your camera because you never know what's going to happen. And I think this is one of those circumstances. Check this out. Oh yeah, we had a blowout. So Sara did a sterling job keeping us on the road. We kind of snaked a little bit. I'm glad I wore my brown trousers. But we managed to pull off, and we're only, I don't know, 200 metres off a junction. So I deemed it safe enough to drive up to the junction, so we drove up to the junction, and yeah, we're trying to get the spare wheel off, and I don't know, some stupid mechanism underneath the van that lowers the spare wheel, and it's decided not to work, so now we're in the hands of the RAC. So yeah, it's nice and sunny. Glad we bought 6 litres of water. Should have bought a couple of chairs, shouldn't we? I wasn't expecting to. Yeah, so we're just hanging around. So we're waiting for the RAC to come and rescue us, or some local mechanic anyway. So I'll keep you posted on what goes on. So a little update on our situation here. We couldn't get the tyre changed yesterday. The mechanism that holds the spare wheel underneath the van at the back was seized, broken, so we ended up calling the RAC, and they sent out a local mechanic with a recovery truck just in case, and he took about 3 minutes, looked at it and said, oh no, it's too rusty, it doesn't work, and so recovered us to a place called Monasterio, and that's where we spent the night last night. We actually had quite a nice meal, didn't we? Yeah, nice meal. So yeah, we're kind of in the hands of the RAC now, and also to complicate matters, there's a problem with the RAC in as far as, and we've got comprehensive cover. If it's a tyre related problem, which it isn't, I could have changed the tyre if I could get the spare wheel off the van, but they said because it's a tyre related issue, then we're not really covered, which I think is BS myself. So that's something I'm going to have to take up with the RAC. But anyway, we're stuck here for the time being. So we've resigned ourselves to hanging around for the day, maybe even for another night, I don't know. But we're going to go and sample the local cuisine and have a wander around and see what's going on. So this seems to be the town square of Monasterio. So we're having a little interlude. We've had a little wander and found this cute little place. Very nice.
So a little update on our situation is that it's now about 3:30, 3:15, and we came down to the garage where they're going to be taking the van from, and just check to see if they've moved it for 2 o'clock or 2:30, like they said, or maybe even 3 o'clock. And it's not been moved. We called the RAC at 2:30 and said, look, what's going on, like, and they're like, well, we don't really know, but we'll send a message to RAC in Spain and try and hurry things along. Well, I've just spoken to that garage owner, courtesy of Google Translate, and he hasn't been told where he's got to take the van yet. So we're sat here. They've got about, I don't know, an hour and a half to get this tyre changed. Looks like we're going to be here another night, because I can't see if they can't do it in an 8-hour working day, or 6 hours as it would be, like 6.5 hours, then they ain't going to do it an hour and a half. So it sounds like we're gonna have to have a bit more Cruz Campo Especial. We found a new beer. It's lovely. Can't even get drunk just in case they do fix it. Oh well. Anyway, at least we're still laughing. Well, dare I say it, the van's running like a dream for the time being. We aim to get to our destination at 11 o'clock at night. But and nice ladies kept the Airbnb for us, so that's amazing. Anyway, I'm driving. See you later.
Well, we've arrived. How long did it take us to drive here? 7 hours?
I don't know.
7 hours. Anyway, it's after midnight. I guess it's Tuesday morning now. Yeah, really tired, exhausted. It's been an exhausting day. It's a couple of days. Exhausting couple of days. We've just arrived in this hilltop village and this Airbnb, and it's absolutely spectacular. It's out of this world. Let's show you where we're staying tonight. Look at that. It's unbelievable. There's a bathroom in there.
Showing that room there.
No, I think that's locked because it's private. Okay. But like, this is a restored stable. And this here is bedrock. This part of the hill. And there's a little look up in here. It's nice, isn't it? We love it. We're going to sleep really well and then leave really early in the morning. It's crazy.
We're on top of a mountain.
We're on top of a mountain, so I do a bit more in the morning when I'm a bit more compass mentis. I've got some beer and I'm going to drink it. And that's about it.
You've earned it.
Yeah. All right.
what's round the next bend here. Literally top of the world. Can't believe we came up here in the dark last night.
So we've just picked up our yurt. We've been on the road, I don't know, sort of 15 minutes. And we're taking the crazy road back to civilization. It's absolutely in the middle of nowhere, this place. I mean, you know, you've seen some of the scenery already. It's just absolutely stunning. It's unbelievable. Real barren beauty to it. But yeah, we met Ratna and her team that built the yurt, and we had a good chat with them. They showed us around the workshops. Unfortunately, they didn't want us to film in there. They like their privacy, and so we had to respect that. But yeah, so the next instalment starts tomorrow. I'll finish the Yurt place off. It's all go, innit? There it is. The Yurt. This is sheep wool insulation. Smells of sheep. Well, not reminiscent. Don't smell. It's weird, isn't it?
Smells lovely.
Smells really nice.
Earthy.
Yeah, it does smell earthy. I was going to say that.
Natural.
And then we've got the doors at the back there, and then there's the flue pipe cowl. And there's all the lattice bits. The walls, they're made out of chestnut. These help us put up the crown, which is there, and that's made of oak. But, you know, we'll get to this as and when. And just loads of bits of felt. And there is tarps for it as
The
well.
crown is beautifully made.
Yeah.
Oak.
Done, isn't it? It starts today. Car park. No, not the car park. The drive, yes. Well, as you can see, we've started digging the drive out. Well, let's have a good look at it, see how it's going. We've taken the lump out of the drive here because when we get the van up, it kind of bottoms out. We've smoothed the transition up here. We're going to have some gates at the top here. This is kind of in the wrong position. Buen dia. So we're going to have to move that hole over there. But yeah, as you can see, it's a Lamborghini tractor. It's amazing. And it's got an ancient trailer on the back. So that's the boys finished doing the first part of the drive. So this is toughener, which is like a type 1 MOT. And you wet it down and the dust makes it all stick together and it's rock hard. And the guy was saying that the only thing that can get it up is horses because their hooves dig into it. So we won't invite any horses round. But yeah, so I've got to wet it down just to make it go off. Give it a good soaking. And yeah, that'll be it done. So it's a nice gradient now. I've got the holes dug for the posts. Obviously they won't be that big. So I'll probably shutter it to where I want it and then pour a foundation, then backfill it and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's a good chunk of work, and it would have taken me weeks to do this by hand.
So this might all look quite severe. And it's not as severe as it looks. So there are 3 trees that have been moved from this area and clipped, trimmed quite severely, and I've been picking all the olives off this one. Still got some more to pick off this. This is to make room for Matt's workshop, which is going to go over here, somewhere on and around and behind this massive hole. This hole is to bury a lot of the rubble that we take out of the house when we start doing the house, because there's no real kind of waste collection here, or there's waste collection, but not sort of this builder's rubble kind of waste, or you pay a lot of money to have it removed, I believe. So we're just going to recycle it into the foundations. And the 3 trees that have been moved from here to create this drive, this tree here will be like the centre of the drive. It's going to be almost like a little mini roundabout, so vans can come in over here and drive around and back out. So that's all been levelled off, and then Matt's got a solid surface to work on outside his workshop. This tree is still to be watered in, but you can see it's had quite a hard prune. Hardly anything left. But we're reassured that they will grow back and they will fruit within about 2 years. They should be completely happy where they are. So this one's had a bit of a water, it needs a bit more. And then this cutesy little one here, which actually has a really old root. They weren't so sure that this one would survive because it was a bit dead and rotten at the bottom. But I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful, actually. It's going to get a lot of love and tender care. And then the soil that they took out from down by the drive all got laid here, which has flattened out some of this area. It's going to get a raking over. We've taken some of the stones out already. We'll use those as building materials. That's going to be our veg patch, beginnings of, which will be right next to the yurt, which, if you've seen in Matt's previous videos, is fairly close, but not too close, to the compost toilet. So it's all starting to take shape at the moment. House is over there, Matt's over there, watering the drive. We've still got a nice thoroughfare here through the trees. So if we had an overspill of vehicles, we do have a lot of friends with camper vans that hopefully will come and stay. There's space behind me to park them too. There we go. So while Matt's watering the drive there, activating the little cement particles that are going to give us a really firm surface for vehicles, on the right you'll see the fig tree that we saved because it was covered in ivy back in May. It's actually been quite productive. There's been loads of figs on it. We've missed most of them because we weren't here, but we've caught the end of them and it's still producing new ones. So this is the bit that was covered in thick ivy before, and there's all these new shoots and baby figs coming, and they're so good, they're so tasty. And we've experimented with drying some. So a few days ago we harvested all the fruit that was left on the tree and we've put it in the dehydrator. So we're having a little experiment to see if we can preserve some of this bounty that is here. But unfortunately this tree is actually going to have to come out because they're really invasive. They grow like weeds and its root system is going to be all in and under the house. So it will have to come out, but it's okay. We've got two more and they're not causing any issues. There's one over there and one over there. So we'll still have plenty of figs and we'll do something with this tree to honour its life and thank it for all the fruit.
It's Saturday. I'm meant to be doing editing today, but the olives need harvesting and everything stops for the olives. So we helped our friends yesterday and it was a long day, but we finished it, and today we're doing ours. But these trees haven't been pruned properly for probably a decade or so, and it's so difficult. I'm scratched to buggery. It's awful. But you know, we'll get there. We've done about 7 trees already, and we've got another 43 to go, so I should think we'll be doing it tomorrow. Not all of them have got a lot of olives on, but you know, if we have a look at these, they're all up the top. And that makes it difficult. So we're going up on the ladders and giving them a light prune, and that's how we're getting them. But it takes a long time. Anyway, I'll give you another update a bit later because it looks like I'm shirking, which I'm not, of course, because I've been up in the trees getting scratched. Anyway, ciao for now. So it's the afternoon and we've just come back from our break, lunchtime. Our friends have taken us to a very Portuguese, it's not a restaurant, it's a place where you can get home cooked food, and it was excellent. There was pork and potatoes, we had some rice, what else do we have? The pork was in wine, yeah, we had 2 bowls of wine and some bread, and the pork was cooked with tomato sauce and onions, and it was beautiful. And you know, I want to say,
you know, and they know who they are because they'll probably be watching this. But I just want to say thank you for immersing us into the culture in this area here, because we went where only Portuguese people go, and we're thankful for that. So thank you. Obrigada. Muito obrigada. But you see here, this is the problem with our trees, is that they're too tall. And so we're having to prune them at the same time as picking them. And you know, it's not a heavy prune. We're going to do a heavy prune in the spring, but we'll do a heavy prune on one side and a slightly lighter prune on the other side, because talking to local people, they're saying that you know, if you do this heavy prune, you won't have any olive oil for 3 or 4 years, because these trees haven't been looked after properly for 10, 15, maybe longer, you know. So they need cutting right back to give them the shape that is going to be optimal for producing olives.
Sorry, I'm wobbling the camera.
Sara's wobbling the camera.
I've got flies on my legs.
But I'll just show you a branch that is typical. So this branch is typical of what we're finding, where we've just have olives all over the ends of the branches. And what we need is these trees to be like this, within arm's reach, just so we can strip them nice and easily like this without having to cut them. Yeah, because it's the wrong time of year to cut them, really. They're okay with a light prune, but really we need to wait till the spring. But there are so many olives. You know, they're good trees, but they're difficult to get to. So, you know, it's going to take probably twice as long as it should do to harvest all these olives. But look, I mean, and it's not just picking them off the trees. We've got to get all the twigs and a lot of the leaves out of it, otherwise they're going to moan at us in the lagar. It's 8:30 in the morning on Sunday, and yeah, got the coffee. I've already done a little bit of picking. It's got the nets out, got organised. Everyone else is going to turn up a little bit later on. I was just surfacing. Yeah, so day 3 of olive picking. It's hard work. I'm glad it's hard work. It's just intense for a few days, and then you can crack on. But yeah, I kind of feel I'm a bit under the cosh a little bit, because I want to get last week's video out, which I was meant to be releasing today and editing yesterday, but that didn't happen. But also that we're expecting rain at the end of next weekend, and I need to get that yurt up. And the problem is that, well, there's quite a bit to do, but that's not the problem. But the problem is that you can't really put it up in the wet, because the outer covering for the yurt is shrink fit. So it shrinks slightly when it gets wet, when it first gets wet. So it's I think it's quite important that it doesn't get put up in the rain, which you wouldn't want to do anyway, but you know, at a push you'd have to, wouldn't you? But no, so that's a bit of a no-no. So if I don't get this finished, this yurt finished by the Thursday, gives us Friday and Saturday morning to get the actual yurt itself up, then yeah, I don't know. I was meant to be coming here to slow down a bit. But it's been crazier than as usual. So, we shall see. But first, the olives. Morning, Sasa. How you diddling?
Morning. I've got to use this.
Well, yeah.
How am I diddling? I've just got out of bed. It is, I think, just gone 8, half 8 maybe.
29.
I was up at 5:45, very excited, very awake, which is not like me. And it was still dark, and it was actually fairly cold. So I thought, right, I'll just sit around till the sun comes up. But then the sun took ages and it was cold, so I got back into bed to stay warm, and I just woke up again. So now I'm having a cup of coffee. I'm going to go straight over there and start picking olives. Sniff. Let's do it. Oh, hang on. I ache in a good way. This is a funny thing. I don't know what you call that. It's a little seed pod we picked up on the top of the Andalusian mountains. Go stick. Oh, excuse me. I think this is a bit of hay fever or dust fever from just dealing with trees. It's great. I love it.
Are you sure it's not being awake fever?
Being awake fever.
On a Sunday morning. It's wrong, isn't it?
No, it's bang right. But the only thing is, we spent all day on these trees yesterday and we only got through, I don't know, maybe 12 trees. Loads of olives, but they're just difficult to get to because these trees need lots of pruning, and we shouldn't prune them too much now, but we have to prune them a bit to get to the olives. So it's taking longer, and then they come out with loads of dead wood and sticks in them. So this is our 3rd day of picking olives after picking our friends' olives, and they've been here helping us, but you know, we've still got like 2/3 of our land to do, and we're supposed to be taking them to the Lagar today, probably going to be tomorrow, but we've just got to whiz through as much as we can today.
Yeah. Maybe less wine today.
And we didn't stop. Well, I say we didn't stop. We didn't stop working when we were here, but we took a slightly extended lunch. I think we maybe had an hour and a half.
Don't know.
And it was slightly, well, I don't know. What was I'm not awake enough to find the word to describe it, but
Liquid?
well, and solid.
Well, yeah, of course.
We went and we had a great lunch with copious amounts of alcohol.
Well, it wasn't copious amounts, but
We had half a bottle of wine each.
yeah.
And then came back and carried on picking, but it was, yeah, great experience, great fun. But I think we need to really focus today and carry on. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go and do. Oh, I'll give you this. Here.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey, babes.
How's it going?
Saw.
Saw?
Yeah. This one's dead. That's it. Thank you, honey. She's a beauty.
So who's this then?
This is Old Lady Olive.
Yeah?
She's a little bit special, like me.
Huh.
And,
What, old and a bit crooked?
fruity.
I didn't. Fruity, okay.
This one needs to come out, I think.
Well, cut it towards the cut it
Maybe
towards the
here,
top, like
actually. Yeah.
So this olive tree is going to be right next to the house, and it's going to be more ornamental than fruit giving. You know, it's going to give some fruit, but
And this fella here.
that's not important. We'll be taking some of the dead out.
Some of these branches are crossed and
Okay, so remember the 3 trees that we moved? They had olives on them. Not the best time to move them, but not terrible. We chopped off the branches, the big branches, to give them a better chance of putting down good roots. And I harvested the olives off the 3 trees. There's a few more in there. And I'm trying something that I've never done before, which is pickling them in brine, salt water. And they seem to be fermenting rather well. Now, I wasn't keen on putting them in plastic bottles, but it makes sense why you do, because there's so much gas. And I just wanted to show you what happens when I open this lid. And there's the fizz. So I'm going to change the water. They've been like this for about a week. And give them some fresh salt water. And then eventually they'll go into jars with brine and oil and vinegar and various other things like garlic. Ready? Oh, so satisfying. There we go.
So fresh back from the lagar, and we have goodies. Sara,
Matt,
what have we got?
we got oil.
Do you want to show us?
Yeah.
La da da. Okay, so how much is there?
5, 10, 20, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 litres
30 litres.
of 0.4 extra virgin, very good,
Very good.
olive oil.
Excellent. That's a lot of drizzling.
A lot of drizzle right
Yeah.
there.
A lot of drizzle, yeah. Excellente. Okay, so what are we going to do with it now?
That's a good question. So some of it's going back to the UK as gifts for family and friends, and some of it's going to get stored because these trees are going to have a really hard prune in March. So they're probably not going to be as productive. We got this amount of oil from 50 trees, but we have heard that these trees can produce 100 plus 120 litres of oil once they're maintained. So we give them a hard prune. Next year, maybe the year after, won't be so good. So we're going to keep some of this to see us through the next couple of years whilst these trees recover.
Yeah.
And then hopefully in 3 years' time we'll be getting big harvests.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's us fresh from the olive harvest. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.